When I was a kid, when I was a wee little baby, I grew up in a low-income neighborhood. I don't want to get into too many details, especially since I wasn't like poor, and thank God essentials were never absent. But I wouldn't say I was fed food fit for a king, unless your idea for a perfect meal is a Whopper from Burger King. Needless to say, the taste of food wasn't really a top priority when having my integral rice and canned beans at school lunch. Speaking of school, something that was also super prevalent was common sense. I know that's hard to believe, right? But hear me out on this one. Some things just were or weren't done as a sign that it's just known to be taboo or wrong. Like dropping a deuce in the bathroom stalls. However, I don't know if it's required to complete the process of growing up. Like on one of your birthdays, you have to give it up in order to progress. But when boys become bigger boys and girls become bigger girls, they go like, common sense? I barely know her. And that really rubs me off the wrong way. Because people, adults, grown-ups, right? Actual grown-ups with a life, job, and possibly married to a potential partner say things like, yes, I do make the sane and conscious decision to think that Gogeta is better than Vegeta because creating headcanon is my passion. Or I publicly declare that Kid Buu, the high-balled Galaxy Buster, would probably beat Hit, the casual Universe Buster, in a fight because he hasn't shot a Ki Blast in the show. Or how not just a vocal minority, but a greater collective of the community would agree that the consistently proven superior fusion loses to the inferior in quite literally every single conceivable way, with no exaggeration, fusion, insistently. But that's something we all have to deal with. We all have our first world problems. And that's exactly what I do. I just go on with my life like nothing's ever gonna break my stride. Ain't nobody gonna slow me down. I know I got to keep on moving. But, I draw the line at a certain point. I draw the line when I hear people who truly, unironically believe that pancakes are better than waffles. But you know what a sane person does? They deal with one crisis at a time. And I'm no sane person, but I really would like to take a book off their example. Fuck, I should really word that sentence more correctly. I would really like to take an example of their book. So I guess that's what I'll do. I'll address the elephant in the room. I'll address the Eiffel Tower, the Mount Everest inside the home. You know, that is people who believe that pancakes are better than waffles. I just wanted to make that clear. Now the postulation is simple. Is a pancake better than a waffle? It isn't. Is a buttermilk tres pancake better than a burnt, somehow acidic waffle made by one of the Persona 4 girls? No, it's not. You can't really compare a pancake from IHOP from one you made like fucking 7 days ago that you're cooking on a microwave. This is base power, base form pancake versus base waffles. You know, things like structure, texture, taste, but only the plain taste. No flavored bowl. Syrup synergy, among other things. With that said, and also done here, is a list on how waffles are objectively better. What the f did I just write on that script? You know the burnt crisp edges of the pancake that people like? That part of the pancake is consistently good, because when you butter up the pan so the pancakes don't stick, the butter gets absorbed by the edges. Because 1, the edges have less pancake to compete with, and 2, most of the butter slides from the bottom to the side of the pancake and clashes with the edges, giving the edges plenty of opportunity to get nice and cozy with the butter. Get real close and familiar. If you don't have this problem because you use Andy stick spray and not butter, it's because you're a possible psychopath. Or if you don't have this problem because you don't use anything to resist the stickiness, then you either never cooked pancakes in your life or you're terrible at cooking pancakes. And that's a hot take. That's all without mentioning that the edges are crisp and crunchy, unlike the actual pancake, which is spongy. So that makes it better. That is good. Now imagine that, but imagine not only the crust is crunchy and, all that good stuff, but the entire pancake as a whole is the crust. And that is exactly what a waffle is, which just makes it infinitely better in every single way, shape, and form. And we're just getting started. Look, maybe I have some sort of disability or like a problem in the brain, but whenever I have pancakes, I can never find the right amount of syrup to put on them. I either end up putting too little and make the pancake taste exactly the same way it used to taste without the syrup, or I put in too much and have to drink an entire bottle of insulin just to get my blood sugar levels at 200, and also have basically an entire bottle of syrup with bread under it for breakfast. It's hard to balance the levels of syrup because a pancake is basically bread and it absorbs liquids, so you have to give it enough syrup to make the pancake soggy and filled with flavor. But by the time the pancake has enough syrup to be considered edible, there is a Niagara Falls-esque cascade of syrup on top of the pancake. But fear not, my friends. Waffles are here to be infinitely better than pancakes. Waffles don't absorb syrup because it's hard and crispy all around. You know how I mentioned like how it's the crust of the pancake but all around? Yeah, basically that. On top of that, waffles have pockets that let you portion control syrup by giving you a point of reference on how much syrup you're actually having. And that's pretty sick if you don't ask me and ask your mother. Making a waffle is better than making a pancake because of one key feature: no flipping. When you make a pancake, it's the same as making a waffle, basically. You make the batter, you butter up the cooker, you put the batter in the cooker, you cook it, and then it becomes cooked. Simple, right? Yes, but pancakes add an unnecessary step to this, and it's called flipping. You have to flip the pancake. You have to flip the pancake. Can you believe this? Can you believe the audacity on this, man? You have to commit the action of turning over quickly or making something turn over by yourself. It's not only irritating, it's irrational and immoral. Who could ever design such a terrible feature? This is to make both of the sides cook, obviously. If not, you'd have just batter and then bread and then the pancake on the other side. However, you don't flip over a waffle because it's inside of a waffle iron, so you just cook it over. I don't know if there exist pancake irons, which is the most retarded sentence I ever heard in my life. But I could be wrong. I could be the one in the incorrect. And last time I checked, I'm pretty sure you don't flip over a waffle iron. Or do you? So yeah, that's about it for my cards. If there's anything you need to take away from this, it's that... Okay, so I was gonna do something really funny and end it there, but I edited this video in 2 days, right? The reasons for that are not important, and I'll say them right now. It's because, I forgot. So yeah. As I was going to sleep, for the next day, I checked my phone on YouTube, and apparently, like, some guy named Cyberworld something, made a post asking people if they prefer either pancakes or waffles, and pancakes won by like 40%. And God just save us all, just please.